A lot of people have asked me about Maya Campbell is why she didn't go for help. LL Cool J offered to help her and she could have got help and people was there for her and you don't understand the mind of somebody who felt like they were mentally abused. Her mother in the picture you're looking at is B.B. Moore Campbell. B.B. Moore was a singer, actress, and perfectionist. And when she brought her daughter up, she always was on her about being perfection in time and setting a high standard for her. It drove her daughter crazy as far as insecurities, panic attacks, all of these different things because her mother could never accept her failures and looked at them as a sign of weakness, and she always felt like she couldn't disappoint her mother. So when she broke down and went to drugs, she knew she couldn't face her mom. And her mom was hurt that she couldn't talk to her because she was always there to help her, but she just couldn't talk to her mom. And when her mother passed, she never got a chance to write what she felt she was wrong to her mom. Or she should have apologized, or her mom should have apologized to her. It was just they never got the closure. So the hurt and pain was still there, which led her spiral back out of control and back on drugs. And she blamed her. She hated her stepfather, didn't like him. So eventually she ended up, trusting him as he helped her get off drugs before back in 2013. Then in 2017, we see her where she's at now, and it's like, oh no, not again. How did this happen? And LL was just extending his arm out to say, hey, let me help you. I'm here to help. Tell her to call me. I'll give her a number to call me. I want to help her. And that's what you do. I mean, he was on a TV show with her for like 3, 4 years, and he did his best to try to help her. And that was more than what anybody else really did. Not to say they wouldn't have done it, but it was more than what anybody else had done. So at this time, man, it's just a mental thing. But the reason she turned down the help from LL Cool J was a simpler thing. She felt, I'll be back in the limelight. I'll be back in the press, all the pressure, all these cameras on me. Like she was offered money for interviews for TMZ, Hollywood Access, Entertainment Tonight. They offered her money for interviews, thousands of dollars. She turned it all down. She didn't want it. She was working. She's like, I got a job. I'm working at a beauty salon or whatever and doing her thing, but she doesn't want any interference. She don't want any attention saying she has work. She's doing projects and how much of that is the delusion and how much of that is the drug, nobody ever know. But she couldn't take somebody who she like knew her from the show and knew her when she was at her height and have them, she always feel like they're judging her. And she didn't want LL Cool J to look at her in that way, like he's judging her, even when he's not, just automatically defensive. That's part of the psychosis. So a total stranger would have a whole different effect than somebody she actually knew. Plus, his notoriety would draw a lot of attention to it, and she's like, are they there for me, or they're just doing this to help me so it would help them? So she's a mess right now. Hopefully she gets herself on track. But the embarrassment that caused her, brought all this attention. She never knew the whole world was going to be watching that video and everything else. But this is America where everything gets recorded. So that's why she turned it down. Now, I'm not saying other people didn't reach out to try to help. This is the only person I knew that came to the table to try to help. So y'all tell me what you think. It's your boy Carcino. I'm out. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and make sure you click on all the videos instead of occasional. They'll ask you, do you want to get some of the videos? Or you pick occasional, you might never get a video. I'm out. Yeah, this notification thing is wow.